Subscribe World Action and Reaction News Warn and press bell button for getting notification of all future updates.
U.S. Senate passes bill seeking enhanced defense ties with India. The U.S. Senate today passed with an overwhelming majority a $716 billion defense bill which among other things seeks to strengthen ties with America's major defense partner India. The U.S. recognized India as a major defense partner in 2016, a designation that allows India to buy more advanced and sensitive technologies from America at par with that of its closest allies and partners, and ensures enduring cooperation into the future. The National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, 2019, passed by an overwhelming, bipartisan vote of 85 to 10, is named in the honor of Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman John McCain, who is battling cancer for the past several months. This legislation continues our reform agenda and helps better position the Department of Defense and the Joint Force to implement the National Defense Strategy by continuing to restore readiness, rebuild capacity, and modernize capabilities, McCain said. The House of Representatives has already passed the bill. The two different versions of the bill now heads for a conference between the Senate and the House. Once the Joint Committee agrees on an identical version, they would have to be voted by the House and the Senate again before being sent to the White House for U.S. President Donald Trump's assent. The Senate version of the bill authorizes $5.2 billion for the Afghanistan Security Forces Fund, $350 million in coalition support funds to reimburse certain nations for support provided to or in connection with U.S. military operations, and authorizes $300 million to train and equip the vetted Syrian opposition to counter the ISIS terror group. The bill expresses the sense of the Senate that the U.S. should strengthen and enhance its major defense partnership with India. It also expresses the sense of the Senate that if Turkey purchases the S-400 air defense system from Russia, the President should impose sanctions against Turkey under the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act. The Senate bill authorizes $500 million for US-Israel missile defense cooperation and up to $50 million for US-Israel counter-tunnel cooperation. In what is being described could be a major clash between the Congress and the White House, the Senate, as part of NDAA 2019, reinstated trade restrictions on ZTE. Importantly, this legislation would also ensure that neither ZTE nor Huawei will be eligible for government contracts in the future. To further prioritize our national security, I also supported the inclusion of a bipartisan CFIUS, Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, bill similar to what we passed in the Banking Committee to ensure that foreign investments in the U.S. do not pose a national security risk, Senator Mark Warner said. The bill also allows a pilot program for testing machine-based inspections in place of humans to determine the authenticity and security of microelectronic parts in weapons systems, a necessary ability in an era of Chinese-made knockoffs and counterfeits. No country has been more aggressive than China in going after American technology in sectors like aviation, robotics, new energy vehicles, and others where the U.S. has established ourselves as a global leader. Our bipartisan bill will give CFIUS and our export control agencies the tools they need to ensure that these types of investments don't slip through the cracks, said Senator Sherrod Brown. The NDAA also calls out China for illegally creating and fortifying islands in the South China Sea for military purposes and modernizes the Committee on Foreign Investment to address national security concerns and stop China from trying to steal sensitive technology from U.S. companies. The NDAA counters Russia's growing aggression and influence across Eastern Europe by directing a study on permanently stationing U.S. forces in Poland and conducting a study on Russia's malign influence around the world, said Senator Jim Inhofe. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News, WARN.